When people want to learn a new skill, some of them work on it for a week and then drop it, but others keep at it and succeed in learning it. What do you think differentiates these two groups? If you want to be part of the second group, you are in the right place. Step 1. Think of the benefits. Think of all the ways that learning this skill will help you. So when you don't feel like learning anymore, you can remind yourself why you started to begin with. Remembering how it will benefit you is instrumental to the whole process. A child that knows how much they will need multiplication later in life will learn it for sure and much faster than the one who considers it useless. If I knew how much I would need electronic circuit theory later in my life, I would have paid more attention to it in high school. Step 2. Research before you start learning. Make sure your learning method is good enough and you're not going about the whole process in a roundabout way. At the same time, make sure you don't overdo it. In this step, AI models can be a great help. Just double check their answers before you accept them as fact. Step 3. Plan ahead. Set a specific time for learning, like every day at 8 p.m., or alternatively, connect it to the end of another activity you do regularly. For example, I read books at sunset every day, and since that is an established habit, I can use it as a trigger and connect a new habit to the end of it. And make sure to keep it slow and steady. The time you allocate to learning should be short enough that you end the session wanting more, not being relieved that it is over. Something like 5 minutes a day is more than enough as a starting point. You can then increase this time when you feel comfortable doing so. And do remember that 5 minutes a day is far better than an hour once a week, because you build habits by repetition, not by spending more time on them. Step 4. Just show up. It's really important that you show up every session, even if you don't learn anything. Just getting in the right place at the right time is good enough. Let's say you're learning 10-finger typing, but today you don't have the energy to practice. Just sit on the chair, turn on the computer, and put your fingers on the keyboard. That's all you have to do. It may sound stupid, but trust me, it's really important because this way, one tired day won't break the chain and you won't drop the whole thing. Step 5. Use a hands-on approach. Don't just learn theory or follow tutorials word for word. Examples of using this approach are learning a new programming language by making simple programs of your own just as much as you follow tutorials, or learning a new language like Japanese by actually using it in your everyday life instead of just learning vocabulary and grammar. For example, if you want to say the food is salty on the dinner table, use your new language and say, "Gohan wa shoppai desu." And only after say the English version. Learning by doing is such a powerful tool that you'll be blown away by how fast you can actually learn using it. Step 6. Share your progress. Sharing your progress with people is a really fun way of keeping you invested in learning. You could do this by telling your family, talking about it with your friends, or straight up finding a community around the topic and talking about it there. Being part of a community also has the benefit of helping you out when you have a question or need help, which is quite useful. Step 7. Keep track of your progress. Being able to look at a calendar and see how many times you've worked on your skill really makes it much easier to see how much you've actually learned. This way, when you feel like you haven't achieved anything, you can quickly remind yourself that you have learned a lot already, which is surprisingly easy to forget. That's the gist of what I had to say. If you're learning something fun and interesting, I would love to hear all about it in the comment section. And for those of you who are wondering how my condition has been, I was a lot better for about a month and on the verge of being fully healed, and then on the day that I had the actual doctor appointment, I woke up and they were back. It has been getting worse since then. As of this recording, I need a cane to walk since they are under my feet as well. It's a shame too, because when I first finished the script, I had a whole section about how the next video might be a normal one, but nope. That is not looking likely right now. But hey, that's honestly fine with me. Being under such conditions keeps one really humble and is surprisingly good for character development, which is really appreciated. And with that, I hope to see you next time, and bye bye!